zu uns in die Blaue kommt, aus Haller Saale, Chris Mafuta.
So here comes Chris Mafuta then. He's a 22-year-old German-based fighter. He's born in the Congo. 11-2-0 is record. He's been a pro for 3 years only. Lost on his second outing, remained unbeaten until he went down to a points defeat to Munir Tumi. He can bang a bit, this guy. 6 of the 11 victories have been stoppages. But he's never been beyond 6 rounds or faced anybody remotely close to Ajetovic's experience. A potentially hard night ahead then here for Chris Mafuta, but he has that thing that not every boxer has. He can hit and he can knock people out.
That's right, and that's something you cannot train. You're either born with power, with punching power, or you either got it or you haven't until, unfortunately. And he certainly got it. He's blessed with that. He's blessed with that. And like I say, not everybody's got it.
I got the baddest bitches waiting on the nigga. I got these pussy niggas hating on the nigga. Since they wanna talk, I went and bought another chain.
Aus Haller Saale, Chris Mafuta.
And so Ajetovic preparing to get into the ring. Well, he's 31 now, is Ajetovic, the super middleweight from Prescott on Merseyside, originally from Serbia. Had a highly decorated amateur career. He won the Junior European and World Junior silver medals, turned pro back in 2003 with a victory over O.J. Abrams. That's a name from the past.
It really is a blast from the past. What a great fighter Adrian was, a great puncher.
Well, he went unbeaten for 3 years until he lost a points decision to a future European title holder, Christophe Kando. And all was going well until he lost 3 in succession to some future world champions. Firstly, to Gael, who went on to win the WBA and IBF titles, recently beat Felix Sturm. And he lost a 12-round decision a month after that. He took on and lost to the future WBO champion, Dmitry Pirog, who you might remember sensationally KOing a guy called Daniel Jacobs, who was supposed to be the next great thing. That was back in Las Vegas in 2010. And 2 months on from that, he would end up losing to the super middleweight world title challenger, Matthew Macklin. So, I mean, that was, after the first one, you'd have given yourself a bit of time off, but to go in with 3 like that in 3 months.
That's right. He's liked to keep himself busy, and obviously, you know, these defeats haven't been too much of a problem for him.
National anthems then. then is the belt that is on offer here to the winner. The WBO super middleweight title, or Europa title as it is called in its, or given its full title. And here is Chris Mafuta then of Germany. It's a tough one this for Ajetovic, as again as we've seen on occasion in the past with fighters who take some of these at late notice. You've seen it with Goettingen a couple of weeks ago against Tepe. It turns out they don't put mugs in these events. Now, Ajetovic is no mug himself either. And when you look back at that period where he had those 3 losses to two future world champions and a world championship contender at the time, who was Matty Macklin, none of them beat him. It was all over. It was all on decisions. Gale over 12 rounds, Pirog was over 10, as was Matthew Macklin. Nobody has ever stopped Ajetovic. He's lost fights.
You go.
So Ajetovic then, who suffered further problems after those defeats because he picked up a knee injury which kept him out for 2 years. He's only began his comeback back in January of 2011, since when he's had 6 fights, all against decent opposition too. He has lost 3 though, to Wyszynski, Anthony Bilic and Sosnowski. And as we said, all those losses have all been on points. But he's still got something about him. And we've seen him a couple of times, and you might think that Mafuta might have bitten off a bit more than he can chew here. He's only 22 years of age, but they feel sufficiently confident about his abilities and his potential to go on to better things that they've put him in with a very, very good ring technician here.
Yes, he's a good all-rounder, Ajetovic. But, you know, five from Mafuta, 5 KOs from his 10 wins. He does carry parry. He is a little bit dynamic, if not a little bit one-dimensional. But, you know, it's going to be a big test for him tonight. And obviously, he's going to want to really impose and make a good start on this fight.
Tentative openings from Mafuta. And again, not an awful lot of lateral movement from any of them. Is following on with the from the fights that we've had on this card all night.
No, both fighters at this stage, perhaps, and rightly so maybe, but giving each other a little bit too much respect. Just trying to feel each other out, feel each other's strengths and weaknesses, and see what each one is about.
He's got a very low guard, but he's got to keep an eye on that because, as we said, Mafuta's got a big right hand. Got a reach advantage as well, so needs to try and work behind his jab. Good uppercut then from Ajetovic.
Nice shots from Ajetovic. Yep, just switching it with both hands.
And those were hurtful shots as well. There was no real distance between. Lovely uppercut again, followed up with a left hook. Great uppercut that was from Ajetovic. Right through that guard. It's going to need to be tightened up there by Mafuta.
He's slipping the shots, Ajetovic, as well.
Again, sharp, precise, good hand speed. And Mafuta looks, at this stage, he looks slow by comparison. And again, good range of punches, working to the body as well as the head there, Ajetovic. Getting in nice and close, no distance between them. Again, switching between body and head well. Mafuta coming back, but Ajetovic will like this.
Yeah,
this is right up his street.
It certainly does. He loves a toe-to-toe. But for me, Ajetovic, it looks like he's generating, carrying the more power out of the 2 fighters at this stage. He's having his successes, but a little bit few and far, a little bit sporadic. And like I say, when the flurry exchanges take place, for me, at this moment in time, it looks like Ajetovic is carrying the more power of the 2 fighters.
Time.
Well, he's done enough to win the first round there very comfortably. And Mafuta, they might think he's got a bright future in front of him, but he's got something seriously difficult to overcome here. So second round then. And Ajetovic, who was fairly adventurous in that first round. No need for him to sit back. Let's see if we can... again, it's almost a conversation in whispers. Never used to be the case, was it, that you could get the microphone so close that you always used to have to be very careful as well. These days, though, cornermen have cleaned up their act. Literally. Round two then. Ajetovic in the white trunks. Well, silver trunks against Mafuta in the black trunks.
Oh, nice sharp overhand right there. Very positive starts from Ajetovic so far. Very, very positive.
He's taken a few shots, a few combinations from Mafuta, but he obviously feels that there's nothing potentially that hurtful that's coming from it. He's happy to get in there, but he needs to get to try and work to use his jab. But when it extends, that right hand comes right over the top of it from Ajetovic.
He does. He throws that jab, throws a little bit lazy, and because of that lazy, Ajetovic is able to put the right hand straight over the top of it.
Oh, he got caught with a jab. It's a really nice jab, that. And again. Well, he's almost like a sitting target, isn't he, Mafuta?
And another nice jab again. Yeah, Mafuta just not getting away with these shots. Fast hands from Ajetovic.
Yeah, a bit of fancy footwork as well, as he just switches and changes the angles.
That's right, and we've just seen how low his hands are now. That's how confident he is now of getting out of the way from anything that comes back from Mafuta.
Again, comes in, waits for that arm to be extended.
That's right.
The right hand comes over, the left hand followed it as well. He's too sloppy, isn't he, Mafuta, at the moment?
Just a little bit. And like you say, as he walked in, then he took a left hook.
It's almost as if he's wandering around at the moment, just showing him the punch he's going to make, and there's nothing Mafuta can do to stop getting out of the way of it.
That's right. Yep, just growing in confidence, having the better at the exchanges, the quicker hands. So far, it's all Ajetovic. Switching to southpaw now, and like I say, just growing in confidence, having a ball. He seems to be enjoying himself in there.
I can tell you, actually, Bob Mees just informed me that Mafuta was actually down to fight in Belfast last week against Eamon O'Kane, but he's officially stateless, so he's actually refused permission by EasyJet, believe it or not, to board the plane.
Okay.
But here, Ajetovic is putting on a very, very good show early on. This is like a boxing exercise that he put work out here. And he's getting a boxing class at the moment, Mafuta. He's trying to loosen himself up, trying to get a bit more movement in his legs, but he looks slow, he looks ponderous, and he looks as if he's going to have to take something extra special for him if he's going to turn this around in his direction. But the big question is now, can he actually, Ajetovic, get in and stop this fight now, take it up a level?
He's obviously quicker, he's better, he seems to be more powerful. Now he's got to take it that next stop on, plant his feet a little bit more and try and throw some heavier shots. Yes, he's picking them off at will, but let's try and really put some dent into Mafuta.
Second out, big 509 round, please.
Well, this is Ajetovic's third fight of 2012. And the 31-year-old looking in good condition, in rude health here. Round three then, so can Ajetovic take it up a level, or are we going to see Mafuta actually get to work here and start to have some belief in himself and his abilities? But again, that was a good right hand to the body, good hook to the body, and those are hurtful. And And all of a sudden, it's like someone's flicked a switch, and Mafuta's woken up a bit here.
He has a little bit. He's coming out, sort of trying to meet fire with fighter, trying to, you know, anything you can do, I can try and do better. But credit for him for doing that. He's given it his all. And at 22 years of age, you've got to take your hat off to him.
Well, Ajetovic has been trying to tempt him to come out of his shell a bit.
And there's that overhand right again from Mafuta's lead jab.
It's just too slow.
It is. He's a bit ponderous with his shots, you know, has to be a bit more snap.
Well, we've seen Ajetovic get in and throw that, throw a left and right uppercuts, both of which have found their way through Mafuta's guard. He's not used it for, well, he's not used it since the end of the first round. Stopped 9 of the 20 opponents he's beaten, Ajetovic. Well, there's nothing in it, is there? They're pouring shots.
They are. And you know, that isn't necessary. He can hit this guy at will. At times, it looks like he's trying to draw the lead shot from Mafuta.
Well, this is better now. This is a bit of a tear as he gets his man on the ropes. And this is what Ajetovic wants. He wants him to open up because he's confident, quite confident that he's got the ability to take anything that Mafuta has got in his arsenal. And again, he's getting 1-2 punch combinations off, and Mafuta's not throwing anything back at all.
That's right. Just from a lot of lever, and Mafuta just not getting out of the way of it.
Maybe there's a game plan here, though, Glenn. This is a 12-round fight here, and maybe he's thinking that he's going to actually take everything that he can throw in the opening rounds and maybe come on stronger in the second stage. But at this stage, it doesn't look like it, does it?
No, these are hurtful shots, and concussively taking them like this, they do take their toll. And now he's looking in weary legs, looking in trouble now with Mafuta. And
he's got to throw something.
Taking a very close look. I can see a standing count of 8 coming on pretty soon. Yeah,
there's nothing coming back, and really Ajetovic needs to continue this, because if he does, he could stop this fight here and now. And that shot at the end of the round, and you know, he stopped then when maybe if he continued with that concerted onslaught, the referee, having a close look, would have stepped in.
I have to agree with you. You can see if he can carry on with this concussiveness, this quick-fire shots he was taking, unanswered flurry of shots, and like you say, Tim, I think the referee would have been left with no alternative than to perhaps stop the fight.
But the defence is just nothing there. I mean, his hands are in front of his face, but a jab literally breaks through them.
That's right. He's limited. He is limited, and that's been exposed tonight. You know, he's I think he's found his level. Hopefully at 22 years he can improve and progress and become a better fighter. But this is going to be a wide, big opening learning curve for Mafuta tonight.
Here we go then to round 4. The first 3 comfortably won by Ajetovic. And again, really nice snappy jab from Ajetovic. Now, I suppose he's sensibly, when you look back at the recent record with those losses on as well, he's not getting too confident and cavalier, Ajetovic.
He's having
3 jabs, and he's just giving him a lesson.
He's just enjoying himself. You know, he's switching now from orthodox to southpaw, back to southpaw.
The fight's there for him to win and to stop, you feel, now at any point.
It is, and he's quite comfy now to get his arms, block him up, and take these shots on the gloves from Mafuta.
And his hand speed is so far in advance of Mafuta. Anything that comes as a counter to any of Mafuta's combinations, they should find a way home, and they could cause him trouble.
Again, the quick hand speed from Ajetovic.
Minute and a half left, and that was a great left hook, followed with a right uppercut. There it goes again. And he's off and peddling his way around the ring. He's into the corner. The referee's having again another look. He's trying to get out the corner. He's thrown absolutely nothing back. Another big left hand. He's still in there, but really Ajetovic has got to stick on this now. He's got a minute left to survive. He turned away then, which he shouldn't have done.
Well. He just got to step on it. He's got his man hurt. Why let them off it?
Well, the referee's got to get in here and just stop it, because Mafuta's doing nothing here. It's target practice here at the moment. Uppercuts, left hooks, again, in they come. Big right hand. Gets his man on the ropes. He covers up. He's trying to work to his body. But he's throwing nothing, and finally the referee has seen enough. That's a great performance from Ajetovic. And Mafuta, brave. But in the end, there was only ever one outcome in this fight. You could see it right from the opening round here.
You certainly could. Everything, all the firepower was with Ajetovic. He was quicker, he was faster, he carried the more power. And, you know, the writing was on the wall from a very early start of this fight.
Well, arguably there was a case for him to stop it in the previous round, but he gave him the benefit of the doubt. But in the end, there was nothing left there.
There was, and subsequently no complaints whatsoever from Mafuta.
So, Ajetovic makes it 27-1. Well, those three fights were supposed to take us up to the end of the program, so we're finishing rather early here. So we are going to bring you another fight on this, or off of this card. Albert Rapitan against Guskap Zekla, and it is a middleweight contest. No title on the line here, but Ajetovic is going to walk out the ring with a WBO super middleweight Europa title. It might not mean much, but he's got a nice belt that will mean something to him.
It certainly does. It's going to mean the world to him. This is a belt that he can go and produce and present to people. And you know, he's had a good amateur career, and this is something he can go out and display, and credit to him. That's going to actually mean the world to him.
Not only the third defeat on Mafuta's record, but like you said, I think he found his level, and he needs to go back there.
So, meine Damen und Herren, wir haben einen wirklich tollen Kampf gesehen. Erstmal Ehrenapplaus für beide Boxer, bitte.
So time for the belt to be placed around him.
Urteil. Sieger durch technischen K.O. In der vierten Runde nach 2 Minuten und 25 Sekunden, Ajetovic.
Yeah, gets generous applause. It was a good fight, good performance from Ajetovic. Good to watch.
Und guten Gast aus Halle an der Saale, Chris Mafuta.
And as we wait for the next fighters to come in, we will take a short break. In actual fact, we won't be taking a short break, but I can tell you, as we're here now, about some more live boxing coming your way on Friday, the 5th of October, 2012. That's in a week's time. We'll be in the Camden Centre in King's Cross in London. And the show begins again at 2000 UK. That's 8 p.m. UK. And here, this is how Ajetovic finished off Mafuta. So then time to get the introductions for our next fight here.